What if I told you that she is thinking about you right now, not because of something grand you did, not because of a date you planned or a gift you gave, but because of one quiet, ordinary moment that you have already completely forgotten? She remembers it in vivid detail: the light in the room, the way your voice sounded, the way it made her feel, and she has replayed it 100 times since. Welcome. If you have ever wondered why a woman seems to grow warmer toward you after a quiet evening, or why she brings up something you said weeks ago like it just happened, this video is going to answer that for you in a way nothing else has. What you are about to learn changed everything for the men who understood it. These are not tricks. They are not techniques. They are specific emotional moments that a woman's mind holds onto like photographs, and every time she revisits them, her feelings for you quietly deepen. Stay with me until the very end, because the sixth moment is the one most men never even realize they are creating, and it is the most powerful of all. So let's step inside her world for a moment, and I promise what you find there will surprise you. Main body 1. 100 to 300 words. Moment number 1. When you noticed something she never said out loud, picture this. She is quieter than usual. She has not said anything is wrong. She is smiling when spoken to, doing all the right things. And then you look at her, really look at her, and you say, "Hey, are you okay? You seem a little somewhere else tonight." She did not tell you she was off. You felt it. That moment, that single act of emotional perception becomes one of the most replayed memories in her mind. Because most women move through the world managing their emotions quietly, careful not to be too much, afraid of seeming needy. And when a man notices without being told, something in her exhales. The psychology behind this is profound. Women are wired to deeply value being truly seen. Not admired, not complimented, seen. When you tune into her emotional state without prompting, her nervous system registers safety in a way that ordinary conversation never can. You do not have to fix anything. You do not even have to say the perfect words. The noticing alone is the moment. It tells her, "I am paying attention to you in a way that most people never will." That memory lives in her for a very long time, and every time she replays it, it deepens her trust in you quietly, steadily, like water shaping stone. Moment number 2. When you were proud of her in front of other people, she mentioned something she has been working on, maybe casually, almost apologetically, and before she can minimize it or laugh it off, you turn to the people around you and say with genuine warmth, "She actually just can she tell you what she did? It's remarkable." Let that sink in. Not performed, not exaggerated, just honest, visible pride. In her, in front of others. Women carry a quiet fear that the person closest to them secretly sees them as ordinary, that the softness and the effort and the late nights are invisible. And when a man publicly reflects her worth back to her without being asked, without making it a grand gesture, it cuts straight through that fear. The psychology is this. Public affirmation from someone she loves has an entirely different emotional weight than private compliments. It tells her she is not a secret. She is not something he is uncertain about. She is someone he is proud to be beside. She will think about that moment on random Tuesday mornings. She will feel it in her chest without knowing why she is smiling. And she will tell her closest friend about it like it happened yesterday. Moment number 3, the silence that felt safe. You were together and neither of you were talking. Maybe you were reading or driving or watching the last light leave the window, and it was not awkward. It was not tense. It was simply peaceful. She was sitting beside you and she felt completely at ease in your quiet. This is rarer than you might think. For a woman, comfortable silence with a man is an intimacy that takes time to earn. Most of the world requires something from her: her attention, her words, her energy. Silence with the wrong person feels like pressure. Silence with the right one feels like rest. When she replays this moment, she is not replaying what was said. She is replaying the feeling of belonging somewhere without having to perform. The feeling that she did not have to be entertaining or articulate or emotionally perfect to deserve your presence. Shared silence, when it carries warmth, is one of the most bonding experiences two people can have. Neuroscientists describe it as nervous system synchrony, your body and rhythms quietly aligning without effort. She remembers that stillness. It tells her something about the two of you that words never quite can. Moment number 4, when you remembered a small detail weeks ago. She mentioned, almost in passing, that she had been nervous about something. A conversation with her sister, a project that felt shaky, something small, and then one day you ask, "How did that thing with your sister turn out? The one you were worried about?" She stops. Because you remembered. Because you held on to something she barely expected you to hear the first time. The psychology of remembered details is extraordinary. A woman does not interpret this as you having a good memory. She interprets it as you caring enough to carry her. Because in her emotional world, paying attention over time is one of the deepest forms of love. It tells her that she is not just present with you in the moment, she lives in your thoughts between the moments too. That she occupies a space in you even when you are apart. This replay is not about the detail itself. It is about what the detail represents. It is about being held. And she will replay that feeling with extraordinary dareness for a very long time. Moment number 5, when you were gentle without being asked. She was tired, or overwhelmed, or maybe just not quite herself. And you did not try to solve it or analyze it or push past it. You simply were gentle. Maybe you handed her something warm to drink. Maybe you moved a little closer on the couch. Maybe you said her name softly, once, and left it there. Gentleness without being prompted is one of the most quietly devastating things a man can offer a woman. Let that settle. We live in a world that often reads emotional softness as weakness in men and women alike. And so when a man is strong enough, secure enough, to choose gentleness not because he is asked, but because he senses it is needed, something in her recognizes it as rare. Her nervous system does not forget that feeling. It files it. And in moments of doubt, in moments where she wonders whether she is truly safe with you, that memory surfaces like a quiet reassurance. She will replay that gentleness in her mind and feel chosen all over again. Moment number 6, the last look before you left. You were leaving, heading out the door, ending the call, walking to your car, and just before you fully went, you looked back at her, or paused, or said something small that made it clear you were not quite ready to stop being near her yet. This is the moment most men never realize they are creating, because it seems so simple, so unremarkable. But for her, that look, that pause tells her something enormous. It tells her that time with her is something worth lingering in, that she is someone worth one more moment, that even in the ordinary act of leaving, she is not easy to walk away from. Women are exquisitely attuned to endings. How something closes tells them everything about how they are valued. A man who rushes past the goodbye is a man who treats presence as a transaction. A man who pauses even for a breath is a man who understands that she is worth savoring. She will replay that last look in extraordinary detail. The angle of your face, the warmth in your eyes, the way it made her feel, not like someone being left, but like someone being thought of, even as you walked away. Here is what I really want you to hear. She is not asking for perfection. She is not waiting for the grand gesture or the carefully rehearsed moment. What she is quietly hoping for, what she has always been hoping for, is to feel like she matters to someone in the small moments. In the in-between moments. In the moments so ordinary that most people look right past them. Those are the moments that live in her. Those are the moments that quietly, tenderly tell her she has found something real. And that is everything. The most powerful thing you can do for a woman is not the thing she will tell you about. It is the small, attentive, intentional moments that she carries quietly and replays when no one is watching. Notice her. Remember her. Be gentle with her. Linger in the endings. If something in this video landed for you, if it made you think of someone, or made you see a moment you have shared in a new light, I would love to know. Leave it in the comments. And if this is the kind of content that speaks to you, subscribe, because there is so much more of this to come. She is thinking about you. Make sure she has something beautiful to think about.